One of the practices that we do in our system, we teach an Army Xinyi, Xingyi Luhe. So this type of training is very good for coordination using the whole body, and it really trains your power, like your whole body power. The movement itself, the one I'll demonstrate today, is called the Rooster, and it's very good for coordination. It's a very nice movement generally to practice. I'll do a little bit first, and then I'll explain some of the meaning of the movement. So can we practice with a little more power as well? It can be practiced also in a more natural way, like continuous flowing way. So the form, usually when we first start, we get used to the structure of the body. And one of the things you can see is using this arm position here. This position, very strong. It's connecting with the back, connecting with the legs. When it's practiced with power, sometimes we extend the stance and the leg work. As long as you're able to continue moving smoothly from one position to the other, it's the main requirement. The arms are brushing or just touching your body. So you can see this kind of movement. So all of these things develop coordination, power, and your ability to cover yourself, cover your body. Another important feature of this type of training is the center lines. You're always kind of like learning to feel where the center is. So there are some occasions where the body does lean a little bit, but generally you're always feeling that you're quite stable. So even if you do tend to lean, there's always an opposite force happening. So the Rooster also has different applications with the feet in terms of kicking and attacking your opponent. So a lot of movements in the Army Xinyi style are very quick, and they rely on the leg to cover distance. So it's almost like running into your opponent. I'll get Fontaine to come to help, my wife, just to show you some of the applications, some of the meanings. So when we do this kind of movement, you'll see that this is the ward-off posture here. So maybe if you do that way, so you can see the arm here and this way. This is how we kind of intercept your partner. And then to use the movement, the force comes from the back leg. So you're kind of like driving them forward. So this kind of movement is used when we attack. So when your opponent attacks, instead of going back, you tend to come forward. So you meet their force. Now, if their force is greater than your force, then you use the rollback part. But generally, if say Fontaine does a short movement like that, you can see how I come towards her straight away, rather than just retreating. Usually retreat means that you give them more space to continue their attack. So that would be just giving people opportunity. And it's also a strategy against kicking. So if people say, if you do that sort of kick, Fontaine, just kick towards me. Yeah, do it again. Don't try to kick me. Just extend your foot like a kick. Yeah, just do that. Yeah, okay. So what the idea is this, right? Go back. When you start, you're moving straight into your opponent very quickly. So even if they do lift their leg to kick, you're already pretty much within their, controlling the center line. So it's not just like, like worrying about kicking all the time. It's about going quickly into the center. Of course, if you see the kick coming, you might maybe defend yourself some way or use this leg or whichever leg. But generally speaking, we try to go in very quickly. So I can't do it fully because I don't want to hurt Fontaine. But the idea is that, so if she attacks, my force is coming straight out. And that's very important that once I make contact, I have this, we call the ward off position. So the whole body is in there behind it. Okay, so it's not meant to be really force against force, but I'm just showing something about the connection. It has to have some kind of power. So I just do it separately. You'll see it. Face that way. So it's teaching you how to generate that kind of power. It could be fist, it could be both arms, because within that form there's also a chop. So if I ask Fontaine again, just to explain that, the chop is used a lot in different ways. So you've got, this is a very obvious movement, of course it's going to hurt people. This is the two-handed chop, but if you're punching, so that arm, so I meet you about here. So I can also use a chop this way to throw you back that way. I can also of course I can use it this way as well to create a situation where you're off balance. So in the movement, you'll see this, you'll see this. So that's a few ways that it's used to attack. The leg work, is this leg comes up here, as I explained before. Your partner kicks, they've got to get past this first. So for me, when I bring my foot up, I'm ready, every time I move, I'm ready to kick. So every movement, when the foot comes through, is a potential kick. Another part of the movement that's important to understand is this, like if we apply it in a situation we call push hands. So if I'm doing push hands with Fontaine, and I get to here, I can maybe push me. So yeah, so my arm, this position of my arm is already ready to attack. Okay, so it already has a potential to go through this way. So for example, this is, I can use the push, but I can also use this on this side. So I've got my left hand here, and that's all ready to attack as well. Maybe I'll show that again. So this is roll back. Now this hand is ready. Can you see it's pointing towards her? If she uses strength here to keep me out, I can still go into her by using the arm, supporting arm as well. So it creates kind of like a pressing force. So there's a whole lot of different forces within that movement. It's very useful, very enjoyable to practice. So if you're able to get to a class, you can come and try it and find out what it's all about.